Address at all just the free throw record you guys set on Sunday with the team? Just if so, what's
I haven't yet. I will. Just we shoot a lot. Certain guys shoot more than others, but a lot of times, especially now with no classes, and they don't have to run the study hall or tutoring or anything. We make 60. You can't leave the gym without making 60, 10 at each basket. And the one rule about it is you got to do your routine. You can't just chuck them up there and make 10 in a row and get out. You got to shoot your routine and do it right. And if certain guys don't have too many misses, they got to do it again. But that's sort of how we end up practice, especially over a break like this. And then we have some guys like Santos and some other guys that come in. DJ and Santos have a really good daily routine of shooting extra free throws too.
Is that 10 per person?
Yeah, each guy. Yeah, we got to make 60.
Santos Silva, obviously I know he's worked on his form a lot. Like, what has gone into that? Like, who's like the VCU shot doctor?
Well, I think JD and I really talked to our guys about their shots, but everybody, I mean, all our guys played, so they have the feel for it. But the one thing about a shot, you can't change everything overnight. It's a long, drawn-out process of changing a shot. JD's phenomenal with our guys working on little things, and I we sort of think the same way. I'm big on the free throw line of routine, keeping it simple and doing the same thing over and over again until it becomes a strength. So a lot of guys are putting time into it.
Coach, you had talked about towards the end of the non-conference schedule some up and down maturity, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you seen that improve? I mean, the results on the court seem to point towards that, but what have you seen?
A little bit. I mean, a little bit. And it's more when we talk about maturity of just not playing frustrated. And I always, our seniors, I talk to them all the time and just enjoy this, enjoy it. They want to win so bad that sometimes they fight it. And it's everybody. And it's got to start with me all the way down that let's find all the joy in all this. That you're playing basketball at VCU in front of a sold-out crowd every night. You go on the road; it's usually a good crowd. The other team's really excited to play you. That they're all great things. They're positives, and let's enjoy the competition part of it so much, and just try to play the game the right way and not play as frustrated. But it's gotten better. It's gotten better, but we got to get to a high level.
It seems that more than maybe any other team in this conference, Rhode Island always seems to be built the same way you guys are, very similarly. Do you see that as well?
Yeah.
And has that maybe been part of the reason why they're one of the tougher teams that you see year in and year out, regardless of personnel?
Yeah, I think when I was assistant here, I think, Coach Hurley, Danny Hurley was the coach at the time. He built it from scratch on toughness, on a style of play, on their approach, and I think Coach Cox, being his assistant, now that he's at the helm, has sort of carried that over and has done a good job of it with some of his recruits. And I'm not going to say the styles are similar, but the way both teams battle, is somewhat similar.
I apologize if you addressed this on Sunday after the game, but is the Bones starting and Marcus coming off the bench, is that a one-game thing?
Yep.
So Marcus is starting again on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about the maturity with a guy like Isaac, where he is assigned usually to the toughest defensive challenger tonight, where he has been struggling offensively. How is his mindset where it doesn't are you seeing it affect his defense or affect his defensive play, or not affecting his defensive play?
At times, but he wants to play so well that when you're fighting to play so well offensively, it doesn't free your mind up just to keep playing. But I thought Saturday he had a great attitude. I mean, he was smiling, he was positive, he was bouncing around. He did make some plays. Offensively, we want him to be able to score more and make some more plays. But we just got to continue to push him to continue to play the right way. That's how you get out of that. Continue to play the right way, play really hard, focus. The biggest thing with IV, just focus on being an unbelievable defensive player, and the offense will occur. It will happen, and I really believe that he's doing it the right way.
one more question about free throws. How much, I guess, during especially when you're playing in practice, how much is it, you're stopping practice and the guys like kind of put in a spot, pressure situation?
Yeah.
How much do you work that in as far as preparation?
Well, if you get fouled, you shoot your free throws, especially when we're scrimmaging. In drills, that might be different, but if a lot of times if your team or your group loses that drill or that scrimmage, we always say it pays to win at VCU. It pays so the other team is going to run, but a lot of times, especially depending what day of the week it is, I may put somebody on the losing team on the line for a one-on-one. They're going to make both to get out of the punishment. So there's some pressure there, and then we do some group shooting, some peer pressure shooting back and forth, and to put guys on the spot in front of their whole team. So we tried just different things like that. I mix it up a lot, probably. It's the best way to put it.
This is kind of, I guess, the midpoint of the season, basically. So if you had to put a grade on it, how would you kind of grade, both offense and defense?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
This time.
What's my grading scale? Yeah, how you like that? Right back at you. I mean, look, what it was 12-3. There's a lot of positives. I think our bench is stronger. I think some guys have really stepped up, and you see an improvement from last year, from the beginning of the year. I think our defense has improved throughout the year. Offensively, I think we're really passing and sharing the ball right now, which is better than we have all year long. So there's a lot of positives, and I still think we can get better, and I still think guys are going to play better. And I think we have to with the schedule we have the rest of the way in the league. But around here we want to win every game. So the grade I'd give our guys, we're doing some good things. We're winning a bunch of games, but we can still play better. How's that answer?
I know on the defensive end, again, you force a lot of turnovers, get a lot of steals, a lot of blocks, that type of thing, and then, obviously, the opponent field goal percentage is up a tad.
Yeah.
Discipline part of it. How do you kind of improve that discipline?
Fall through in practice, Wayne, without a doubt. I think we're playing a great possession, and then late in the clock, we don't want to foul, or we don't want to go make a defensive play because we don't want to make a mistake, and it hurts us at times. And then just some coverages out of a ball screen or a set play that we just don't carry. We're not carrying it over to get a stop, to get a team stop enough. Now, a lot of teams in the country would love our defensive numbers, but we have a standard we want to stick to, and I think we can get a little bit better. I think we can contest shots a little bit better, and I think our defense around the rim could get a little bit better, without a doubt.
Good time for a week off with the schedule you have coming up, or are there always pros and cons to when you have?
Yeah, it is. Just like in December, we had some full weeks off. I think it's great for body and for freshness, without a doubt. And we were off yesterday, so yesterday was their day to get their minds and bodies right and take care of their bodies. Today is going to be more of a skill day with some work with groups and teams, but a good lifting day today, and then we'll work really hard the rest of the week preparing for the upcoming schedule.
Wins come and go. There's been 1,000, now in program history. Is it pretty cool to be the coach that brought it to that milestone? I know the history here of the program is incredible. Every
day's honor. It's an honor to be here. Honestly, it's what a great place to work. What a great place to be the basketball coach at. But those wins are players' wins. There's been some great coaches at VCU, we all know that, but it's a players program. It always will be. It's about the players that put all the time and all the sweat into it. And there's a lot of great players. There's been a lot of great teammates for a long, long time at VCU that have, made VCU basketball what it is. And that's they're all a part of that. The coaches do their job, but it's all about the players. And I told our guys going into the game on Saturday that they'll always have this. This team will always have it. They got the 1,000th win at VCU, and I told them and they're representing all the players that came before them. And the way you honor them is go win the game and get number 1,000. And I was really proud of their approach.
Besides the next one, do you have any favorites kind of that stand out over the years? Wichita.
No, I mean there's been a bunch. I I think sometimes the wins that for coaches are the ones that, the team had a great prep for, or you had 2 or 3 great practices and you played at a high level. Like, that's the coach speak. Like, they're the ones I think of. Now, the NCAA tournament wins, and in 2011 making that run. I remember Brad's senior game here against George Mason. That was impressive. I mean, the way Darius played against Drexel when he was in the CA championship, like, those are the things I remember. But as a coach, it's the little things that other people don't remember. I just remember some of the great scouting reports coaches had, and it carried over to the game, and the players took great pride in getting a win because they did it the right way. Those are the ones the coaches remember the most. It's a long answer.
Is Russell the same fats that you guys saw last year in the year?
He's just a dynamic player. For a guy of his size and stature, he's scoring at the rim at a high percentage. He's scoring 2s and 3s. He's really good in transition, stealing the basketball. So he and Jeff Downton are 2 very, very good players, and they have some other guys that can really play. So we got our hands full with Rhode Island. It will be a war, but that's what's exciting about being in the A-10. You got some great games ahead.
When you face stronger backcourts, does that alter at all? And not specifics, but does it alter at all the way that you guys might approach them defensively? You might not try some things against a stronger backcourt, or not really?
No, it's just we're going to do what we do, and now we will try to have a great scouting report ready for the guys, and we'll there's some you're going to have to sit down and guard Fats and Jeff at a high level with great discipline because they're super players with the ball in their hands. But we're going to do what we do, and that's we want to do that at a high level that takes other people out of what they do.
When you have those 2 guys in the backcourt, and you also have Langevin underneath, what challenges does he present? He seems like a guy that, as good as a freshman, has only gotten better. Yeah, well, he's a double-double guy. And, I mean, his defense around the rim is phenomenal, and then the way he goes after the ball, but he can score in the post, too. I mean, he becomes a viable threat for them when you throw him the ball in the short, on a short roll or on a deep roll or back to his basket. He can find ways to score. They have other guys that can do it as well, but he's super at it. We got to compete. That kid's an aggressive player, and we got to compete against that, and we got to exceed his energy and his approach, and then we got to have great discipline on defense of guarding a really good offensive team, without a doubt. Good test for Marcus down low then.
Good test for everybody, absolutely. I mean, everybody in the league is a good test, and you just got to prepare as best you can and respect who you play, but you got to go do what you do, and then that's always going to be our approach.
You mentioned backs with the steals. That's an area they've kind of excelled at as a team overall. Why is that an area in particular that they're so good at?
Well, they're long and athletic, Wayne, for sure, and I think they do a really good job of getting in the passing lanes, pressure on the ball, and then disruption away from the ball, and denial and running through passes. They're good players, and they have a lot of guys that hawk the ball. So you got to be really strong with it. You got to have strong cuts. You can't telegraph passes, and I like to call it pressure passing. Every pass is going to be pressured. We gotta really work on that during the week, and knowing that if you just give them the ball, because they're going to score at a high clip, but if you just throw them the ball and they go down and score, it makes it really hard to beat them.
You sense any extra intensity? I know, loaded question. Extra intensity from Marcus because of the way Brooklyn ended last year against this same team, or?
No. It's the next game on the schedule, and I think our guys are always intense and competitive. Marcus Evans, his greatest strength is his competitiveness. He'll be ready to compete no matter who's against, and if I think this is just the next game in the A-10. With the schedule we have, let's just take care of the next one and go from there.
Malik, he's still about 2 weeks out right now? Or?
I hope less, Wayne. I hope less, but probably, yeah.
To follow up, the first question, you mentioned you were going to address the free throws with the team. What's going to be kind of the message about just that accomplishment?
Well, like always, when you stick to the plan, you attack the plan, you're disciplined with it, and we've heard this term before, honor the process, and put the work in, and good things will happen. I really believe that. Doesn't mean it happens overnight. It's going to happen in due time, and I think the free throw shooting and the approach our guys have taken that's where you get 100% a night like you did on Saturday.
Okay, guys?
All right, guys.
Thank you.
All right.